Hey y'all, it's me, your D's Nuts producer and editor, and I'm here to teach y'all about a little something called a mac-up. And
I think it's pronounced mac-up.
Well, you're wrong. It's mac-up.
So now I'm just taking the spoolie and it dropped, but I'm using that to brush her eyebrows, and then I'm filling them in with the dip brow pomade like I said. But I'm just filling in. I'm drawing a line on the bottom first, and then I'm filling in the top. And I'm just taking that and I put it on the back of my hand. And I had to get out of that room because they wouldn't stop playing their videos. But yeah, I'm just cleaning up like under her brows, around the brows, and make them look really nice and sharp and pretty. So now I'm just starting to like blend the two brows together, or the two concealer sides together, and I'm taking this brush and yeah, I'm just buffing the concealer into her skin. And as you can see, it wasn't hard to blend at all because this concealer doesn't really dry down that fast. So if you have a concealer that like dries down fast, I would recommend like putting the concealer on one brow and then blending it out, and then putting the concealer on the other brow and blending it out so it actually blends. So there's the finished brows. They look really good, and I'm just making sure everything's really blended. So now I'm just taking the same brush with the same concealer, and I'm gonna put it on her eyelids to prime her eyelids for the eyeshadow. So after it's all buffed in with the brush, I'm just taking my finger to make sure it's all tapped out and blended. So now I'm just taking the Airspun powder, and this isn't the translucent one, this is like natural neutral, and I'm just taking a Real Techniques brush and I'm setting her eyelids with it. I'm setting the concealer that I placed. But yeah, I just grabbed the Wet n Wild blending brush, and I'm taking a Tarte blush in the shade Genius, and I'm gonna use this as a transition color. And I lost some of the footage. Actually, no, I didn't. It's right there. And I'm just blending it into her crease, and I'm gonna do the same thing on both sides. Literally, all this footage was gone, so I don't know how it just came back.
I don't know, you stole it.
So now I'm just using the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, which y'all know because everybody has this palette. But I'm taking Bon Fresco and I'm putting it like right where her crease is. So I'm not bringing it all the way up where I put the blush, but just right underneath it. And now I'm taking Love Letter, and I'm using this other brush, which is from Real Techniques. And I'm gonna put it right on the outer V. So I'm just buffing it into the outer. And if you look like you got punched in the eye, you're doing it right. So I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. And now I'm taking the Duo Lash Glue in the clear brush-on strip thingy type one. And I don't have glitter glue, but I always just use this, and this is really good because then like when you want to take it off, it comes off like all in one piece. if you do a thick enough layer. And now I'm taking the NYX glitter in Rose, and I'm putting that where I put the glue. Now I just did the same thing on the other eye, and I'm taking like a little bit more glitter, and I'm gonna like fill in any blank spots that are on either eye. Wait, come here. And now I'm taking Venetian red, and I'm gonna put it where I put the outer third color, but I'm blending it basically on the outer half of her lid, and I'm blending it like onto the glitter, so it's almost like an ombre effect, and you'll see how it looks when I'm done. Now I'm taking the lash curler, and I'm curling her I'm curling her lashes, and her eyelashes are really short, so this was hard. Now I'm taking the Lash Princess mascara by Essence, and I'm just like wiggling it onto her lashes. And she didn't want any falsies or eyeliner, so we kind of just kept it subtle and natural. Oh yeah. Now I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Foundation, and this is the shade 125. And I checked to see if it matched her first, and it looked like it matched her, but it ended up being too dark. But that's okay, because it ended up good in the end, because I used like a lighter concealer. I'm gonna go with this one. And I'm blending it with a Real Techniques Beauty Complexion sponge thingy. Oh, it's the shade 125.
120.
Today?
Just now?
Saw her ice cream.
What'd she say?
And now I'm taking the Wet n Wild concealer, which is the same one that I used to clean up her brows, and I'm placing it like on the regular highlighty areas, which is underneath the eyes, on the bridge of the nose, and on the forehead. And I hate when people highlight their chin. And then I'm taking the Airspun powder again, and I'm using it to set underneath her eyes. And I'm not baking, I'm just setting with the sponge, because if you set with a brush, it kind of like lifts up the foundation. So I'm taking the sponge and I'm setting her whole face with that. And I'm contouring with the chocolate bronzer from Too Faced, and it's in the Nikki Tutorials palette. And I'm just taking a Wet n Wild contour angled thingy brush, and I'm using that to contour. And I'm taking the same brush that I used to put on her eyelids and to blend out the concealer around her eyebrows. And I'm using that to contour her nose. And I'm not really doing it like really precise. I'm just bronzing. Like, I'm not really going for like a slimmer nose. I'm just bronzing her nose, because if you don't do that, it kind of looks like paler in the center, and it's just to even everything out. I'm using the same blush that I used in her crease as a transition, and I'm taking this brush, and it's from BH Cosmetics. It came in a set. I don't remember what the set was called, or I don't know if they still sell it, but I'm just putting the blush on the apples of her cheeks and above the contour. Now I'm spraying her face, and don't be fooled, this is not the Mario Badescu rose water. It's water and glycerin that I made myself. And I'm just spraying her face so that the highlighter sticks and like pops more. And I'm gonna let it dry a little because it was too wet, and if it's too wet, then the highlighter goes on chunky and patchy. And I'm patting it in with the same sponge that I used. because it was taking too long to dry. I mixed Kitty Cat and Forever Young because that's the one she wanted, and it's the ones that worked on her skin. And I'm taking this fan brush from Real Techniques that came in a set, and I just mixed those two and I put it on her cheekbones and on her other cheekbone, and then I'm going to use a different brush to highlight her nose and her inner corner and her eyebrow bone.
But that one's ugly. I like it, so you can kill yourself unless you want to send me a new one. We need to take new ones. I don't like the kissy face that doesn't have like the red cheeks, because that just looks like a chicken pecking. Hello.
And now she wiped off the foundation that was on her lips, and we decided not to use this lip liner, but I'm using the Urban Decay lip gloss in the shade, I don't remember what shade it is, but it's like a nude color, and I'm just putting that all over her lips, and I didn't put too much, and then she blended the rest out with her finger. And this is the finished look. I think she looks beautiful. She kept saying she looks like a boy, but if y'all liked it, just give it a thumbs up because I really liked it. I think I did a good job. And don't forget to subscribe and comment what you think about this video and the makeup look. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Did you Bless. North Hills on the list? Yes. What else is on the list? All those malls. Oh yeah, the movies. Shay. What did we see?
We saw Get Out.
Oh yeah.
Turn your head to the side.
We didn't bring
Not
it.
that
Shay.
far.
Every time we hang
Shay.
out, we bring the list. Okay, but we have a picture of the list.
What do you want to...
What's the 15th? Oh, when I got back.